Hello adventurers, today we are exploring Rivington in Chorley. We will be taking a little tour around the Reservoirs, Pigeon Tower and Higher Lever Park. Rivington is a village and a civil parish of the borough of Chorley, Lancashire, England, occupying 2,538 acres. It's about 6 miles southeast of Chorley and about 8.5 miles northwest of Bolton. The name Rivington is made up of 3 elements. Riv is from the Old English meaning rough or rugged. Ing is a place name form suffix that seems to have crept in over the years. The last is the Old English tun, meaning a farmstead, estate or settlement. Together they indicate a farmstead or settlement at the rough or rugged place. Another suggestion is a place at the Rowan Trees. First we'll talk about Rivington Reservoir, which is at the bottom of Rivington. How was Rivington's Little Lake District made and why? The 19th century was a period of rapid urban sprawl in Britain, and with that comes a greater need for one thing: water. Vast engineering projects like the Thirlmere Aqueduct began in order to hydrate growing populations in northern cities, specifically Manchester in the case of Thirlmere. The result is what we've been known to dub as Lancashire's very own Little Lake District. Rivington is a favourite haunt of many people for walking and fishing, not least because of the beauty of the scenery that has been greatly enhanced by the presence of the reservoirs. In 1846, 3 prominent engineers, Hawksley, Cubitt and Rondell, were engaged by Liverpool Council to examine the position and propose schemes which would solve the problem. Many thought the wells sunk in the sandstone rock under Liverpool could create an ample water supply. Other suggestions were to draw water from Lake Bala in Wales, or the River Alt and other sources, but these were quickly discarded. Thomas Hawksley proposed to impound the water of the River Douglas and Roddlesworth, and form a reservoir in the valley between Rivington Pike and Heath Charnock. The scheme was agreed, and in 1847 the Act of Parliament passed to allow the work to go ahead. However, there was some opposition by a vicarious minority and work was delayed for some time. The Chorley Waterworks Company built their reservoir on Anglezark Moor in 1850 to serve the town. However, when Liverpool Corporation began the Rivington Pike scheme, they were allowed to buy the reservoir and supply Chorley with water. Work began in earnest, and between 1850 and 1857 the main reservoir system at Rivington, including High Buller, Chorley Reservoir, the Upper and Lower Rivington Reservoirs, Anglezark Reservoir, Rake and Red Bank Reservoir, Lower Roddlesworth Reservoir and filter beds was constructed. In August 1857 the first water from Rivington reached Liverpool. Despite demand exceeding supply, another reservoir was built on the River Roddlesworth at Topholes. More water was needed, leading to a Parliament Bill in 1867, authorising the construction of a reservoir in Yarrow Valley and 2 more filter beds at Horwich. The principal streams supply water to the scheme are at Roddlesworth, Flake, Yarrow and Douglas. A channel was cut from the Roddlesworth and Rake reservoirs to join the main system. The massive scheme involved decanting water from a chain of reservoirs into the lower Rivington Reservoir, which then passed through filter beds before being piped to holding reservoirs at Prescott. Unique features included filtering the entire water supply and ensuring high quality stormwater. Initially, the water was slightly discoloured due to the peat and vegetation from the reservoirs, but it soon cleared and surprised Liverpudlians with purity. Now owned by United Utilities, the area's water continues to hydrate Merseysiders. So we're just making our way up the hill now, towards the Pike.
Rivington Pike. Oh, you mean up to the Pigeon Tower on Rivington Pike?
Well,
a lot of people should know about this place, it's very well known.
and it's actually quite sunny for once.
I mean, with it being a Saturday, it's very busy.
Yeah. As you can tell by there's a few people up ahead. Oh, there's a little... We've got a little stream coming from somewhere over there. That disappears somewhere there.
Oh, by the way, when it's summer and all this is overgrown, you will not see that stream, you'll just hear it.
Well, there we go, at least you get to see it. But more of a dangerous route.
Yeah, that is a route to it, but it's kind of gone derelict since I used to go up it many, many years ago.
If we didn't have those few trees in the distance there, or should I not say distance, in front of me, you could have actually probably seen a lot better view. Well, it looks quite nice.
Oh, you do, can't you? If you keep following this like we've done in the past, and you get right up to the second castle, you can literally see all this. It's beautiful, especially in summer, isn't it?
Yeah. There is more of a view when we get up here anyway, and I don't think the trees are going to be in the way. It's probably advised that you wear actually good walking shoes.
Yeah, I left mine with my own people.
And I'm in wellies.
So don't make that mistake. Because it's not just like bad for trying to get up hills and stuff, it also makes your feet go cold as out. It's freezing.
This is Lever's Bridge entrance.
Yeah.
So Rivington Terrace Gardens.
Make sure you have your nailers. Make sure you have your nailers.
So we're choosing to go straight on, but you can go that way over that bridge, which leads to a load of steps.
There's peepholes everywhere.
Yeah, if you want any more of a quiet experience, it's best to come Monday to Friday, because Saturday and Sunday is quite busy. There is also a car park at the bottom of this hill.
And in summer there's also an ice cream van on that car park.
So yeah, up this little gentle slope you will be able to get prams, push chairs, whatever you want to call them. Wheelchairs maybe, mobility scooters, not so much.
Well, the most I've ever seen anyone up here is elderly with walking sticks. And also with Zimmer frames, if they're still strong enough. And they've got the family there. But apart from that, I've never seen anybody with wheelchairs or whatever you called it, mobility scooters. I mean, technically, they probably could do. Because a mobility scooter is going to go just as quick as that. And obviously a wheelchair, you've got your family pushing you, then you're fine. So if anyone ever does have anyone in the family like that and they want to get out, just as long as they've got you there, it's all fine in my eyes.
Oh yeah, and you can also use a bike as well.
Plenty more up here at this time.
So I think we are just approaching the midway point of the sloping hill.
Yes, I think that way down there is to the Chinese gardens or Japanese gardens, and this one can get back to the Pigeon Tower.
So it looks like at one point there was actually gates on here. See these hooks on either side. Unfortunately this has been ripped off.
Yep, again.
But what was this used to be?
Well, to me it looks like it used to be a building and this was the door. You know, like the step, and you come in. And then it looks like it would have gone round here. And then it's come round here. Into this, and you see up brick round it.
Unfortunately, we've just tried to look up some information and we can't figure out what used to be here. Because as we say, the sign's been ripped off. But nevertheless, we'll continue going on.
Like I said, the houses are there. I don't know if that's anything. Any complications?
Yeah, this looks like it used to be a row of houses.
Oh, there's a sign up there. If it's not been ripped, you might be able to get some intel people.
But yeah, there's, as Sean says, there's some allotments here.
There were some stairs as well behind us going down there, but I've never used before. It looks like there's like a lake or a pond, people down there. You can just see through the trees, unless that's the reservoir.
There's a pathway there as well.
Might lead on to what that was. It's quite intriguing. I usually don't do this part, it's just straight up to Pigeon Tower, Rivington Pike and off.
Got like a little waterfall.
Pond.
Which goes through the floor and goes down there.
Yeah, that's where the pond is. But years ago, this used to be all open. This is because if you look at pictures, someone's over there, and you can actually see this here. And there used to be you know, like for waterfalls, like what do you call them? The wheels, water wheel, or whatever.
So this was the kitchen gardens. So it's probably like four properties or 2 properties and
Well,
a bathroom or something.
as we found out years ago, this used to be a village up here, weren't it?
Yeah. Let's see what this sign says.
Notice board to nothing.
Notice board
Of nothing.
of nothing.
Nothing notice board.
But we're going to the Pike.
There's just things like that over there all over the place as well. Secret passageways, everything. Oh. You go into Pigeon Tower, you go to the left.
So that waterfall just weaves its way all the way up from there.
And that's the toilets.
It's probably toilet water.
Nice.
Nice.
Not splashing on me then. Pea water.
Quite a lot of like unique drainage type system, like where it goes zigzagging down from there.
You've got a bungalow.
Right, so I was just reading on this. So this is where the bungalow is.
Yeah.
So that must have been the actual village, which we just went through. And this is the bungalow. And it used to belong to someone called Lord Leverhulme.
As you can clearly tell, people, there was stuff here everywhere. If you dig up this ground, there'll probably be all sorts of slabs for anything, anywhere. And that's the steps to the bungalow, as Lee just said. So yeah, quite intriguing.
So as I was saying before, the bungalow was owned by Lord Leverhulme, but his bungalow was demolished in 1948. So apparently we'll be able to still see some stone structures that were part of the Italian style gardens, which I kind of can. Right here.
Well, it looks like they're doing some work on it, with stones being there. So that's intriguing.
So there's one stone there. There's two over there, which look like seats. Yeah, so this is the outline. So we're now inside the bungalow.
I wouldn't call it a bungalow, it's massive.
Well,
Like I say, it's a mini mansion.
bungalow mansion. So this site is now owned by United Utilities, and it's now leased to Rivington Heritage Trust, and they use the grounds for an open air venue.
So you can see where it comes in, pops out, comes round, comes in, comes there, and all of them. But then you can see this bit in here, people was like a circle, just there, that one, and now it's coming round, and then it's coming around there. Actually, if you can see, can you see the dent in the line? It's going round perfectly in it, like a circle.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would have been for. Might have been the reading room as they used to have back in those days.
So this is probably the original steps. And that was probably to his back garden or yard area. Then maybe this was like a little foyer to another entrance. And then you've got...
That might have been his garden, maybe.
Yeah, that could have been his garden. But look at how nice that is. To have all that. And this may have been his... well, I'm not really going to call it a driveway because they wouldn't have had driveways back then.
No, stables for the horses and...
Yeah. Or a horse drive. A driveway for your horse.
Yeah, he calls it saying someone's driving a horse. How's that even possible? It's not got wheels.
On the back of it, it has.
And there's the steps you'd have to come up. So it's longer this way, but it's more flat. So it's easy, there's the steps as well.
Yeah, so when we actually come down, we'll be going down right over there, coming all the way down here,
Past
all of this,
and then it's down where them trees are to.
and then it's down there behind that.
Yeah. You can pretty much go anywhere. You can come out and come up these steps here and come this way
And then
around.
you've got this little way here. But we'll just take you the popular way up and the popular way down. Then you can try and make your own decisions which way to go, because any way goes anywhere.
Yeah, that's essentially what I was just about to say. Is the beautiful thing here is there's that paths going everywhere that eventually would connect to the spot you wanted to go to. So you always had a different route you could take, and I think that's beautiful.
And you even got that way. But we'll go this way. Which this would have been the main road or private road.
For probably that king guy down there, yeah.
For his wheel-driven horse. And back following that little stream, because we're following that stream up here. That goes all the way over there. And somewhere up there.
Now this is what I find amazing, people, how you can actually physically be all the way over this way back in the older days, and they could have taken a picture and actually seen the whole lot of that, but now you can't because there's just trees everywhere and bushes. That I find fascinating.
So here's some more like turret type things that where gates would have been attached to.
They're like grain silos.
Oh yeah. And this is where they would have stood behind to defend themselves. So they would have been ready with a bow and arrows through the gaps. And then they maybe would have had a cannon here through the larger hole. But as Sean said, you wouldn't have really had all these trees here because you wouldn't have needed a clear view. If they would have been coming over by boats, you could have easily...
Yeah, used the cannon to hit them from here. And then the bow and arrow would have been when they got closer. Even though, to be honest with you, some bow and arrow people back then could have been really good and hit someone from that distance.
But as you can see, there's plenty of spots.
What is it for this one, Lee? Every first Saturday of the month or something you can come and get to the top?
Yeah, every first Saturday. But this is the view that you get of this.
See, now that picture, what we've just looked at, was that arch there and all that, and they'll have been all the way over there and they've been able to see all this, all because these trees weren't here. Make sure you drink your tea quick enough because it goes cold, people.
Originally called the Lookout Tower, then the Dovecote Tower, the Pigeon Tower as it is now, known to be built between 1905 and 1909. Thomas Mawson liked to create a full focal point in many of his landscapes, and Rivington Terrace Gardens was no exception. It was commissioned and erected by Lever as a birthday present to his wife Elizabeth Ellen. It has 4 floors connected by a narrow winding stone staircase. The top floor housed a small sitting room, which is believed to have been fitted with sewing equipment and musical instruments for Elizabeth Ellen's entertainment. The tower offers spectacular views of the surrounding countryside. Above the fireplace on the top floor you will find the emblem with the letters spelling out Wheel. This refers to the initials of William Hesketh and Elizabeth Ellen Lever. There is also the Latin phrase Mucha vel temere spurno, which was Lever's motto and translates to I spurn the fear to change, showing what a revolutionary figure he was. The wall adjoining the tower was built to house white doves. The wooden roosting boxes have long since disappeared. The Pigeon Tower remains standing today when so many other structures have been lost, purely through public calls for its preservation. The works conducted through the National Lottery Heritage Fund have included the repair work as much loved local landmark. With a replacement of the roof and more aesthetically pleasing security door with an oak wood fascia and durable polycarbonate windows, the structure is once again safe and will be enjoyed for many years to come. The tower has been brought back to life, with visitors being able to experience the views offered from inside the tower during open days and events.
And another one that I've heard, because I've lived in Chorley for quite some time, is the spirit of Elizabeth has actually been caught by people at night time, actually up in the top floor, which states Lee's just read, where she read books, listened to music and did other things, because it was her happiest place. That's what I've been told anyway, So
also, if you want to support the work preserving the incredible landscape, you can make a voluntary donation of £2. Simply text RTG to 70460. This is quite a nice stone structure, yeah.
Well, I think it used to have it where there were steps going up there at some point where you can see but obviously, like it states on that information board, most things around here have just gone to waste. What's a shame.
So if you follow this way along here, that way goes to the way that was walking on the flat land. Or you can go down this way.
Or this way is the way we're meant to go, to show you the quicker, more harder route. But as Lee just said, that flat part over there, it does go down steps again that you can use to come up if you want to come along this way where we're on now. That's what you do, you come up the steps over there and then you come along this way. Go up the steps there, there's your Pigeon Tower. The beauty of this place has so many different routes.
So this part did used to actually be open. But as you can probably imagine, the amount of people that probably use this for bad intentions.
Yep, that's the reason why they did this, because they were open even when I was a kid. Like I said, you can't have nice things in this world.
Not anymore, no. But as you can see this way, there's a lot more steps. So if you also want to use this for fitness, you can do. I dare anyone to run up and down these steps about 100 times.
Well, I'd win on that bet then. Well, not anymore. When I was in my youth, I would have done, yeah.
So you got like the wooded area down there.
This was probably another spot, like you said, where you could watch attackers. And there comes the hooligans on the crosses.
Yeah, even though this is actually fun to take your kids or your family, you just got to be aware of
Yobbles.
yeah, yobs on crosses and bikes.
And on that hill,
Because they just razz up and down the hill and they don't even watch out. So if you're taking like elderly people or kids, just keep an eye on them.
No, especially up the Rivington Pike Castle. They're really bad on the top of that hill. There would have probably been more viewpointage, more like a little resting place with family and friends.
And I wonder how long that tree's been there for.
I've never even noticed that as I've come past.
Some more foresty area. So I'm going to actually foresee that this used to be some sort of like baths area back when that village was around. Because if you look here, there's like little steps. But they did used to have open baths back in the days. There's also more steps over there as well.
The only thing that's annoyed me, what they've done here, is you won't actually know unless you did come up, but all that where they've got it cemented, and they've cemented all underneath. When it dries up and becoming summer, and we maybe do a part 2, we'll show you. That was always like it would have naturally been back in the olden days, just complete sludge and dirt, grass and leaves and whatever's falling in it. So it could have been a bath, but then you also had that up there that used to be an actual building at one point, because you can actually see it on an old picture. So there must have been something up there that overlooks this. There's 2 spots like this that when we were telling you about the Japanese or Chinese gardens, that's got a big pondy lake thing like this, and it's also got a waterfall as well on it, but it curves in, doesn't it, into like a little cave. But I know for a fact that was used back in the old days. You used to, when you used to have back in the old days when you used to have like women would have them little like umbrellas, and they'd have the white dress and they'd be in whilst the husband's cutting them on like some little boat. That's what it is over that one, because I've seen pictures of that and videos and everything, so that'd be intriguing to pick up and to tell you about it. So yeah.
But yeah, when this gets full, it does eventually make its way through here, which then continues down there.
And we've also been down there, haven't we, Lee?
Yeah.
So we'll have to show you that as well.
So this is the Italian lake. As you can see, we're doing it backwards because you're supposed to come this way up. It was one of the earliest areas of terraced gardens to be completed. It was designed by the prolific and well-respected garden designer Thomas H. Mawson, and it was inspired by Villiage near Rome, as Mawson was convinced that these Renaissance-style hillside gardens were the finest in the world.
And also, like I was actually saying about this before it actually got cemented, you can actually see the original picture to what it used to be like. Just literally all mud and sludge, and you just had odd rocks in it here, there and everywhere. That was it. It all got dug out and cemented. What I find appalling, because you lose that like ethnic age, don't you?
There's also an information point here as well. Square A.
Oh yeah, me and Lee tried finding these years ago and just kept going round in circles.
Yeah, we couldn't really find as many more.
So that's the second route up there and along there.
That one takes you more through like some other lookouts and castle-y type areas.
Well, it actually brings you out near that bungalow. If you turn to the right and left, takes you to Pigeon Tower.
Yeah, Bungalow, yeah.
It's mad how many of these things they actually had everywhere. But as you can clearly tell what Lee said, if you look on the boat on the back there, you can see graffiti, and it's that old that it started wearing away.
Actually looks like a knife, that. Someone discarded it in there. But yeah, this is the top of the bridge where we actually walked here to come up. And we walked this way. Then you've got another route that way, which leads you towards
The Chinese gardens eventually.
yeah. Then there's also some like rocky areas. So I can confirm it's wheelchair accessible.
I was just about to say that, yeah. We've just had it thrown in our face.
So it's really a popular place to actually take your dog walking as well.
It's popular for pretty much anything and anyone, really.
Yeah.
But if you're not one of those types of people that doesn't like being around people, I'm one, but I'm doing it for a video, so I try to just ignore people unless they're very friendly like those we spoke to. So those in front of smoking weed, that's illegal, you know.
Well,
But yeah, I would suggest if you don't like chaotic things, I wouldn't come in the summertime. And I mean by summer holidays as well, people. It is horrendous. Usually we come when it's summertime, we usually come later on, don't we? When it's gone a bit quieter.
yeah. These are the other views you get from up here as well. Just as I zoom in and the bushes just get in my way. Oh, the lovely countryside.
Bulldog that way, Nick.
I wasn't even looking.
There's that many dog breeds? No, I get confused.
Thanks.
Thanks. I'm actually quite surprised there's young kids actually biking up here on the run.
So literally, as I was saying before, literally at the bottom of this hill, that's where the car park is. So you got a main car park here, and then you got an overflow which is just up there. And then there is another route this way, which we'll probably take in another episode. But that route is more treacherous. Like there's big rocks and it's not very stable. But we will go up that way at some point.
What he means by that is where it was cemented, where people who maintain this area actually cemented it all. So we're talking, it would have been a deep road, all cemented all the way up, so people who maintain can get up here with the trucks and all that. It's probably cracked over time and just caved in, so you're talking, you'd have the cement road still here, and then you'll just have a massive like part down here what's caved away. So yeah, it is treacherous, like you said. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you in the next video.
Don't forget to comment, share, like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell.
See you later.
Bye.